T-Bird and Throttle versus the Ape Men by Josh Howard. Let me start off by saying I love this franchise. I first caught wind of it in 2021 when Josh Howard was doing T-Bird and Throttle with Alterna. That summer, 2021, right before the summer, I had backed an Alterna project, and because I didn't know much about Alterna at the time, so I backed this tier where you could get everything that was in their catalog. So I was like, this is going to be a great crash course to Alterna, because basically I'm getting one of all of their inventory. And some books were great, and some books were good, and some books were okay, and there was one that just rose head and shoulders above all the others, and that was T-Bird and Throttle. I fell in love with this book. This book is fun to look at. Some critic, or maybe not a critic, was talking about the Calvin and Hobbes comic strip once, and one thing he said, and it's kind of inarguably true, is that the cartoonist Waterston had created a comic strip that was just fun to look at, and that's a lot of how I feel about the art in T-Bird and Throttle. It's fun to look at. It's very, very bold, crisp, clean line work. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Bruce Timm, just in terms of how simple and bold but crisp it is. But the story is just fantastic. I mean, the story, I always talk about comic book writers who either force feed us the background lore, or they dole it out sparingly, give us what we need when we need it. Josh Howard was a master, almost like, why am I blanking? The Memento and all the Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan. Almost like Nolan, he's just a master of, just every time there was a secret to be learned, it built on what we already knew, but took the story in a brand new direction. So, just like a really good M. Night Shyamalan movie, there were twists and turns, but the twists and turns were earned. And, when the final shoe, I'm talking about the first story now, T-Bird and Throttle versus the Moon Men. When the final shoe dropped, it's just devastating. And so, T-Bird and Throttle versus the Ape Men. Now, Josh Howard's, looks like he's self-publishing now. He's got his own company, How Rad Comics. And so this is, as far as I can see, this is the first story after T-Bird and Throttle versus the Moon Men. So this is, building from the foundation that first story established. And part of me was thinking, okay, we've got all the secrets have been revealed now, so this is going to be, a fairly straightforward story. No, there's still secret. There's still stuff to learn with this family, and it's very engrossing. It's very compelling, and I have been sucked in since I first discovered the book. So this is one of Comicsgate's, what am I trying to say? Not a, what's the word? What's the word for like a best kept secret? I haven't heard a lot of people talking about this book, and it's a shame because more people should be talking about this book. If you have gotten this far in life and in Comicsgate without discovering Josh Howard's T-Bird and Throttle, do yourself a favor and rectify the situation as quickly as humanly possible because I just love this book. This has been Tom Tuttle.